All right. In another video, we talked about what I call petting with a purpose. On this video, we're going to talk about what I call passive training, which is the absolute easiest way to train a dog to do anything. Basically, passive training is simply recognizing a dog when it offers you a behavior you want voluntarily. So I talked about this a little bit in another video, but a lot of us train our dogs to misbehave. It barks, we correct it. It jumps up, we correct it. It chews something, we correct it. But it comes and sits in front of us, we ignore it. Lays down, we ignore it. Well, if my goal is to get your attention, I'm going to do the bad, quote unquote, bad things because you're teaching your dog that's the best way to get my attention. And for dogs, good attention from a human and bad attention from a human, almost the same thing. So every time that your dog comes to you, pet it and say the word come. Every time it sits down on its own, pet it and say sit. Every time it lays down, pet it and say crash or chill or whatever your word is. I also do this for eating. When I feed my dogs, I have 4 dogs, and I think I mentioned in another video, they have a unique command word. Well, the way I assigned it is through passive training. So when my first dog takes his first bite of food, he hears the word chow. The other 3 dogs, when they hear the word chow, there's no food in their mouth. The context to them does not mean eat, but to the dog who has food in his mouth, that means eat. So I give each dog a unique command word so I can feed my dogs separately at the same time. And so I say chow, and that dog gets up and goes and eats his food. When he gets done, he leaves the room, and I say grub. That's my second dog's word to eat. And I assigned it the same way. Every time she takes a bite of food, I'd say grub. We have some toys in the house. Every time your dog brings you this, maybe you call it, Smurf. Every time they bring you, all balls can be balls, all bones can be bones, but name each individual toy. The smartest dog in the world is a border collie that knows a vocabulary of about 1,000 words. And so you could say, apple or carrot, and he'll dig through a pile of 900 toys until he finds the carrot. And so if you name all these individual toys, that way it's just better vocabulary. I do the same thing with drinking. Every time my dog drinks, I say agua. And so then if I'm on a hike and I'm at a stream and I want to tell the dog to drink, and we don't have water for an hour, but the dog doesn't know that, I can communicate that to the dog. Doesn't mean it's always going to want to do it. Lead a horse or a dog to water, you can't make him drink. But if we communicate what it is, that's a great way to do that. And this is why, and you can do it for anything. I taught one of my dogs to grumble. Every time I come home, he'd bark, jump up, and go, I thought that was cute. So I said grumble, and I gave him a treat or petted him. Now he comes up and prepays for attention. He comes up and goes, the one I want when I'm trying to videotape him that he doesn't do. So anything your dogs do on a regular basis, you can train them to do by simply saying the command word and immediately rewarding them within that 3 seconds. Same thing, this is really how I potty train dogs. As soon as they're out peeing or pooping, I say the word putin or business or whatever the word is you want to use. So as soon as they start doing the activity within 3 seconds of peeing or pooping, I say the word putin. As soon as they get done, I pop a treat in the dog's mouth, and then when it starts chewing it, I say putin a second time. So the first time associates the command with the action of elimination. The second time connects the reward with the command word. And after enough repetition, these 3 things become synonymous. And if I say Putin and the dog looks at me and goes like this, I know that's a yes. If I say Putin and the dog looks at me like this, I know that's a no. So having an established a vocabulary is very, very helpful. This is what I like to call passive training.